Hey guys, and welcome back to our Shattered World observation series, starting of course with CK2 and me, NG Paradox. Do apologise for a lack of videos recently. I've had some sinuses problems recently, so it's been very hard for me to breathe and talk recently, and that means talking for long periods of time is, well, it wasn't really an option. So yes, we are back. Hopefully we can get things back on track. I just find it so weird. The Timurids have such little land, but technically they kind of have all these guys bent the knee. So technically their ownership is not all the way over here, but they're kind of in charge of all these places just because they had so many men. It's an interesting thing. Well, I would love for them to get more land at some point. Let's decrease this down. Someone's got to decrease this down to begin with so we can just get some frames up. The game does not like us starting on that one for some reason sometimes. Egypt controls that little bit up there still. Technically, Egypt has bent the knee to Tuscany as well, giving them their tribute. The whole tributary thing, I mean, it's a nice thing, it makes sense, but it does just make the maps sometimes of the names look a bit annoying. Because there's something you're like, oh, Tuscany is here, and it's green. Well, that's not Tuscany, that's Egypt. Does make it a bit annoying sometimes with that. Or like here, we can see with England, it just... It doesn't... I wish there was another way they could do it, but I get why they did. I mean, you get used to the colours of the country, so I guess it's not that big a deal. But maybe for those people who don't play it as much, they might not remember the colours for the different nations. But yeah, I think it's okay, though. It's still important to know who is a tributary of who, so we kind of need to know that. I am loving the Bengal Empire, though, still. And it is feudal, yeah. But yeah, just making sure. I saw that and I was like, wait, yeah, that's the religion, the Tengri religion, but secretly she's believing in Taoist religion. A lot of the people here believe in the Miaphysite religion. Underneath them, India's an interesting place when it's come to religion, you know? I mean, even our alternative timeline, I mean, in real life it's an interesting place when it comes to religion, but it's kind of Jain in the south, and the north is Miaphysite. Hindus are really just round here. That is actually it. Yeah, that's actually it for the Hindu. Ooh. Okay, is that one nation? No, it's kind of in Karash. They're kind of Taoists. And the Bengals. Yeah. Well, there you go. What's your religion? Yeah, okay. You're Jain. Okay, he's Jain. Okay, fine. Fine, I'll have to just go with that then. The Buddhists, though, kind of over here, slightly. Miaphysites over here. Buddhists in Tibet have been kind of pushed out. The Jain have really taken over here. Going a bit further. The Buddhists kind of survived up here in the mountains in this area. And Taoist is doing really well up here. Taoist is doing very well with the Western Protectorate and the surrounding areas. But, okay. Very interesting when it comes to religion. I do like it. There's something a little bit different, you know? You don't always get to see this in this game. But Europe, you know, is what you expect, you know? This is just Europe we know and love, you know? There's nothing odd or different over here. Boring old Europe. And their Germanic faith. You know, just the usual stuff. It's been fun to see Sunni come back as well, though. We had the Sunni kind of almost get extinct. Same with the Shia. They both kind of come back a little bit. Shia a tiny bit. But the Sunnis have come back quite a bit around here. And in the Middle East, I think they're going to come back a bit more. The Miaphysites have been kind of like going back and forth between them here. The Orthodox is now basically almost all gone. Yeah. The Germanics have kind of pushed out the Orthodox as well, in a way. And they're actually getting up a bit around here. I wonder how far Germanic is going to get. It's up here. You got a bit of old Slavic there. Slavic might not survive, but the pagan old Slavics will. Any other Germanics over here? I don't... There's a bit of Zoroastrian right there, which is a surprise. Okay, we got the speed back up, though. Oh, yeah, Germanic just here, right on the tip. So perfect, there we go. Germanic has got all the way over here. So you can see Germanic is just spreading so well. Their moral authority must be ridiculous. Must be insane. Huh. This was a different color. I guess someone decided that they wanted it to be Sweden and not Denmark. So it's still the Hede family, but culturally he feels he's Swedish. But the former king felt he was Norse. So how are the cultures here right now, then? There's not actually much Swedish. Is it just here? Yeah. So literally right here, they feel Swedish. And that's really it. Everyone else feels united in their culture, Norse. Just this one province. Oh, and okay, up here's a little bit of Norwegian there. Any Danish? No, they just feel Norse. Huh. Well, there we go, and so Swedish have taken over. This makes me feel like the game has just been, programmed by Paradox to just, go towards Swedish. there seems to be some sort of programming thing going on here. Some biased stuff going on right now. Ireland is gone, it looks like. They've gone underneath England. Or, the King of England has taken the Kingdom of Ireland. King Herman the Brute, 57 years old. 1258, kind of trying to, take all of Ireland possibly in the future as well. Okay, this actual time period is kind of when the English kings were trying to kind of push their claims more on the rest of Britain. So actually, this timeline makes kind of sense actually with real history. Hispania. Again, almost uniting Iberia still, They keep coming back and forth. The people rebel against them. They fight back. They reclaim it again. As long as they have the whole of Iberia, I think we could be happy with this, with the Store family. Having, I think Brittany and this, I'd be happy for them. It's just having the rest as well. Just makes it a mess, Like, Italy now is just... it's just horrible, isn't it? It is just horrible. And no Christians at all. No one ready to support the Pope. Is the Pope still fighting them? Yep, the Pope as usual. The 8th Catholic Crusade for Italy. So I think this is the 8th one just for Italy. So that's just for Italy, not including all the other crusades. The Pope is still going crazy. Pope Calstenius. Okay. He's a Norse himself, He grew up in the Norse lands. He's a Catholic of the Lollard heresy, and he's just trying to shout, He's just a preacher in the streets of Rome, trying to get the people to care, but no one cares. All those people are gone. They moved on. They're like, Jesus? Jesus who? Who cares about Jesus? Jesus doesn't do anything. Yemen, though, kind of stretching over here and going up this way. Hispania? Oh no. The Germanic faith. This is actually part of the empire. When did that... Oh my. Are we gonna get Norse, or just the Germanic faith even, in India? I'd be happy just to see the Germanic faith get to India. That's unexpected. Timrid still keeping control over these guys, Anatolia, and of course the Khanate of Porsuk Gondwana. Turkestan, basically still controlling the northern areas up here. Karashar up here. Yeah, just kind of the usual split that we've seen. Nothing seems to really change around these areas. Transaconia as well. It's a nice little Transaconia. I gotta keep just saying that, because it is. It is. And, the Taoist faith as well, Just gotta keep saying that. I'm just very impressed with some of the borders some of these places I've made. England is back to being independent. They've got kind of the Holland area, I guess. Let's just check the actual names. Yeah, you got like Zealand there, and Bruges. Bruges. Beautiful place. I mean, I've seen the movie, that's it, but I love the movie. In Bruges, great movie. But Australia is still getting in the way of England. They can't get the whole of England, Wales, or Ireland without fighting Australia. Controlled by the Abbanids, King Waldred the Witch Hunter, 36 years old. He's got 27,000 men, and England has 23,000 men. So actually, the numbers between them are pretty similar. Brabant's claim on Scotland. Okay, they're fine really there. But they're actually pretty even when it comes to numbers. And has he forced the Scottish to be his tributary? Yes, he has. The Abbanids of Scotland, King Dago, has actually bent the knee to the English. Well, I think many Scots are going to be just rustling in their graves. I mean, he's a Saxon. He's not really Scottish, and he's, yeah, complete alternative title. You know, he's just a Saxon, Germanic, bending the knee to another Saxon, Germanic, so really, who can blame him, to be honest? He's lost a leg, though, and he's a hunchback, but he's also a bit brawny. He's a big guy. His son, how many kids do you have? Oh my. He had a lot of kids. This guy had a fun life, to be honest. His father didn't have that many kids, you know? But this guy had many kids. One of them's in jail by the Duke of Thuringia. But his main son, Marquard, almost like Farquaad, which kind of goes with his hunchback. Okay, yeah. Okay, Marquard, don't know if that does mean anything. I know Farquaad does. Farquaad? Yeah, it does mean something. I don't know if Marquard means something else. It could possibly. Rick Frieden. He seems okay. He just doesn't seem like a good leader. Probably when he inherits, I could see it going into a little bit of disarray based upon what he has. Aquitaine controls Bavaria right now. Burgundy Abbanids down here. They split up once again. Germany, Federation. Not the ones you're thinking of probably, but yes. Egypt control that a little bit over there actually. Nubia seems to have pushed in a bit more. I feel like Egypt has lost a bit to Nubia. So Nubia not looking too bad. Good borders. This is what we want to see. Keeping the Miaphysite faith alive still in Eastern Africa. And maybe even pushing into the Middle East at some point. Okay, yeah. Just move away from the Middle East right now. It's painful. Timurid's just causing problems over there. Sweden's still looking pretty good, you know. You gotta give it to Sweden, though. This is actually a pretty good nation. You know, good borders, mostly. And, they must have a lot of men. Okay, only 20,000. You'd think there would be a lot more men, but I guess the lands haven't been developed that much. Obviously, when it comes to, like, government type, there's no tribal anymore. They are built up, but they're obviously not built up as much as the rest of Western Europe. When I say the rest, I mean to Western Europe. This is not Western Europe. I don't know why I was making it sound like they were in the same place. Because at the rest of Western Europe, English is difficult. Language is difficult. But yes, we try. We do try. Hispania, looking okay in Italy. They haven't really seemed to have got it back together, but you could see them doing a few wars, reclaiming this after they get. I guess they need to reclaim the rest of their lands first. Emperor Same, 27 years old, but he's already known as the Lionheart. Got no particular war going on right now. He's a little bit depressed. His name doesn't think it's good enough, maybe. His wife is possessed. I guess that could be the reason for his depression, possibly. That could definitely be part of it. We got the Deccan Empire. The Deccan Empire has risen again, but this time it's of a Sunni faith and led by a different family. I don't think this family were the owners of the Deccan Empire in the past. Yes, obviously that was the house Chelakatana, who did own it the entire time. It never went away from them. They never lost it to any other dynasty. But these guys were kind of, they said, you know what? Geographically, we have the same lands. This is fine. But there is now a war against this tyranny. Could we see the Jains leave India? The Sunni is growing down there. That would actually kick out the Jains from most of India, which is kind of weird. It'd be so weird if it turns out Hindu, Jain, and Buddhist all get kicked out of India. And it could happen. In the time frame we've got left, that could still happen. That would be so weird. But yes, we've got Deccan Empire and the Bengal Empire, both fighting for rulership over India. Or maybe working together. They could work together. He's a Khagan. A Khagan of kind of Eastern India, northeast India of the Bengal Empire. Interesting. 62,000 men. He could potentially be the strongest man in the entire world. Right now, if we could look at the ledger, we could probably find out some of the stuff. Ah, yes. Religion. When it comes to religion right now, authority-wise, the Germanic faith is on top. Miaphysite faith has also got 100%. Jain and Taoist not doing too bad. Slavic actually has 55%. Huh. Interesting. Size, though, wise, Germanic is by far the biggest. Miaphysite is second. That's a bit... They're basically... They're the main Christian religion right now. That's kind of funny, actually. Sunnido is next, only just ahead of Jain. Then Buddhist is far behind. So basically there's 4 main religions, I'd say, right now. Buddhist and Taoist are quite far behind. Slavics only with 17. Summonisco almost dying out as well with 14. Monophysite, a little bit there. Yazidi. Hindus only got 10 left now. Bogomolists. Orthodox. A few Christian ones here and there. Old Tengri. Shia. Only 3 for Shia. What about Tengri? Like, just Tengri. Tengri has 1. Okay. Well, there you go. No Jewish. No Zionist, sadly. West African is now gone. The West Africans can be completely converted to the Germanic faith. No even old Germanics right now. No Lollards, which are the main faith. It's a weird day. Character-wise, I mean, characters change and stuff, so don't really want to look too much at that. Yeah, we don't look... Oh, I guess we could look at the richest lands right now. 7,000 gold? The Algerian band? What? Tamur the Bewitched. Of another band, apparently. Okay. Some of these bands make a lot of... That's changed very quickly. He's got 10,000. The other bands... All these, like, mercenary companies are making tons of money. Hormuz the Repulsive, yeah. What's the first nation? That guy. He's got 200. This guy's 6,000. 10,000? Well, these bands are rich. Okay, well, okay, let's just... They're rich, apparently. Let's click off that again. Just check and make sure nothing's changed. Something has changed. In fact, a few things have changed when I was looking at that ledger. We got Austrasia all the way over here. Not completely sure how this happened. I think we need to investigate. We need to investigate this right now. I do not see the capital right now. Did you get another kingdom? No, he's got the Wales and Austrasia. But he also controls all the land over there. Huh. Righty-ho. What would you call this? Oh, it is the Kingdom of Norway, but they are vassal. They bent the knee to England. Oh, it was England, so I couldn't tell from... You don't normally see England there. Sweden control that. Yeah, because it's not Denmark now. But yes, okay, Austrasia have this. The Lombardy has this. So Lombardy's up here. Now control this as well. You got a nice little Croatia there right now. King Koloman od Duvno. His father was the first one to take this. The liberator of Croatia. Good for him. He was actually culturally Croatian as well. But the Germanic faith. But the culture's there. Kingdom of Serbia bent the knee to Castile. Egypt and stuff over here. Anatolia seems to be fine right now. They've got out from under the Timurids. So technically Timurids have, it looks like nothing right now. Yeah. They've got 12,000 men. Poor Timurids. They really should have used those men to expand their influence. We got Gilan right here. Okay, he's a Zikri, and he's the leader right now. So we got Gilan there. The area, like, so Persian area is very divided right now. It's like Turkestan just above them, Anatolia just over here. That could definitely cause problems. Yeah. The wolf. Transylvania is fine. Yep, they're fine overall. But yeah, so a couple of things just changed over there. We'll go back to the ledger once again. Just have a quick look at a couple of other stuff, in case there's anything I didn't get a chance to look at. There's a few other pages. Dynasty. Independent states. We can look at this. I think this would be good then. Maybe this is what, yeah, maybe this is what more I wanted. Yeah, gold for this. Yeah. So we got Malangnan. Wait, this is actually the same. The Kingdom of Delhi. Nope. The Knights of Santiago. Okay, no. This is fine then. The city. Ooh. The Kingdom of Bihar. Okay, interesting. We've got a few cities around here, but the Kingdom of Bihar is kind of the richest kingdom. 3,000 gold. It's a lot of money. Yemen's not doing too bad. Yemen's quite high up on there. Score right now is Litsang, the Kingdom of Yutsang. The Kong family. The Kong family have the highest score. Of course they do. Of course they do. King Kong Triwa. Who would have expected anything less? The Western Protectorate is doing quite well. Karashar, the Genghis Khan family, then the Western Protectorate, then Sweden, the Heed family, then Turkestan. And they all have like over 9,000 score, the Kassamids. Realm size, army right now, we can see Bengal Empire, then the Deccan Empire. Both the Indian empires, if one of them could defeat the other, they'd be insanely strong. Hispania's next. Yeah, England doing really well, actually. Australia doing quite well. Anatolia, Egypt. Yeah. Abyssinia's pretty strong power of the world. They could do probably quite well in EU4, potentially. Yeah. India could be really interested in EU4 right now, based upon this. Especially with like a really strong Turkestan. Yes, like a strong Turkestan, Bengal and Deccan Empire. Maybe like the Anatolia if it falls apart a little bit more. Could be fun to have them around. Hispania is just going to cause trouble in EU4, I feel like. It's going to be... EU4 will depend upon Hispania. Actually, looking at most other nations, not that bad when it comes to border gore. Except Egypt. Except Egypt, yes. But Hispania, if they fall apart in EU4, that could make it kind of fix itself. If they don't fall apart and stay very strong and just start eating bits here and there, that could be interesting. Then again, a lot of their places might be vassals beginning, like we saw in EU4 for many countries last time, like with the French Empire. That did have a massive effect, so yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how this will look. I say Deccan Empire last time was not an empire, it was a kingdom when we went to EU4. So I'm looking forward to seeing if it always happens. Maybe the Deccan Empire is always a kingdom when you go from Seeker 2, or is it based upon realm size, maybe? It could just be that it's based upon realm size, which one you get. And obviously the Bengal Empire as well. Will it just be called Bengal? Because I think Deccan Empire was just called Deccan, wasn't it? Or was it called Empire? God, it's been so long since we played that, I can't even remember things anymore. I don't even remember what was happening. Well, I mean, I do actually remember what was happening, but I don't remember... some exact details right now. Australia has that kind of north bit of Germany there. England, are you going to be fighting them yet? Norway, a tributary state. Okay, so Germany wants to make Norway a tributary state for them. England obviously does not like this, so they're fighting. Hispania currently is fighting... Bulgaria. I'll find someone who's fighting Bulgaria. There is a Bulgaria. Yes, King Tobe Smeldiging of Bulgaria has the lands over here right now. Anatolia kind of has been... yeah, Anatolia's kind of like this area and the Middle East, I would say. Yeah, it's kind of just the Middle Eastern area, really. It's got bits and pieces here and there, but it's mostly that area down there. Vladimir still is alive. King Atimua Sokman, who is a Sunni up here. Okay, don't usually get a Sunni all the way up here. He's a Mordvin when it comes to culture, though. Sweden's still the choice right now for the Falkir. He still feels he's Swedish culturally. Austrasia has taken Burgundy, so who inherited it? I'm assuming the guy who had Austrasia, the witch hunter, he inherited it from his dead brother who died comatose in bed. He was incapable. He did have kids of his own, though, so did he take it by conquest? I'm not completely sure there. What was that? Modena. So I have Modena over here. Okay, she rebelling right now, then? Dispute over Parma. So they're kind of in a bit of a tuffle right now with Lombardy. Aquitaine controls this down here and over here. You keep getting little bits here and there, don't you? Yeah. Got control over sort of Mediterranean islands and stuff. Hispania has this. The Sultanate of Andalusia. So Andalusia is trying to survive. Sultan Razik the Evil. Now, yeah. Fine. The Evil. That doesn't put him in a good light, does it? West African Mali. Still doing well. Still the same family, the Gurma family. And still Germanic. They still decided to find the light in the Germanic faith. And Hispania is This is India, yeah? We can... I think, like, I always think of it, like, on this river. Like, anything on this side, I kind of count in the game as India. When I'm playing, I'm not saying real geography, okay? Don't want to cause a war right now. But when I think, like, in the game, like, I always think, like, this as being, like, India. So, it does look as though Germanic faith is going to be in India. And it is. It already is. Well, there you go, and it's spreading like wildfire. No one can stop. It's just so comforting, you know, the idea of Odin. It just makes sense. Why would people not convert to it? I can see why it spread so quickly. It makes complete sense. You know, compared to like this, Jesus died and came back to life. Don't be ridiculous. People saw him die on that cross. There's no way. It doesn't make any sense. And how could he be the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost at the same time? It can't be one man. It doesn't make sense. Why would he send himself, you know? It doesn't. That makes no sense. But yeah, I understand, obviously, not everyone in the Christian faith believes that. I'm just using it as an example. Please, guys, it's just a joke. But yes. Germanic faith, though, Hispania, in Asia. I wonder what this will be in EU4. Definitely probably will not be Hispania. Probably be like a vassal, I would assume. You never know, it might should be part of Hispania, though. Hispania pieces everywhere of their once proud empire. To think about it, actually, when you think about it, they were an extremely big empire. I mean, they still are. 42,000 men is nothing to sniff at. But they were ridiculously big. When you just look what they have now, they were ridiculously big. They were the closest thing maybe to Rome we've had. Since Rome fell, I guess. The Lionheart. Can he bring him back to glory? Probably not with that gout, I would say. Probably not going to be easy with that gout. Phoenicia. England? You got any interesting things going on right now? Just the tributary state thing with Norway still, okay. Marquard the Chaste. His father did die and he's taken over. He's an old man himself now. He had lots of daughters. And then when he was young, when he got older, he got lots of sons. Prince Herman Ricfriedin. Such an English name. Herman. Hispania. Told you, they're slowly retaking Italy. They're thinking back to the old days when Hispania was great. Make Hispania great again is what they're thinking. That's obviously what people are shouting right now. I would like Nubia to eat up Abyssinia. Just have a really nice, big, strong Nubia. Just to be able to counter Anatolia right now. Seljuks are still around. They're everywhere. They're hidden in everywhere here and there. Western Protectorate. Chinese revolt, actually. Who's revolting? Zal. Turkish culturally. What are you revolting about? To increase council power in the Western Protectorate. Okay. The Jurchen bands up here. And of course, the Genghis Khan dynasty are now underneath the Western Protectorate. They're paying money. They're a tributary to the Emperor. I'm sure Genghis Khan will not be happy about that. Still the same family, the Zhou Empire. Golden Age right now, they're open. He loves the wealth, but he dislikes Buddhists. And then maybe that's why Buddhists are disappearing. And the Kongs can feel safe underneath their protective Chinese liege. There you go, King Kong. King Kong, you're fine for now. Oh, your heir is a hoe? No. Wait. What is this? Primogeniture, you've had no kids. You're 33. You'll have no wife because you're in hiding. Because there's a war right now. You need to end this war with the Bengal Empire right now. Because you have no brothers. You only have sisters. And she is a baby called Ho, who is a Jain religious believer. And he's not a Kong. If they lose this because he has no kids, I'm going to be very upset. Because that's theirs. There's no other Kongs. There's no other Kong. Could we end up being the first timeline since, I think, the very beginning? I think there was a King Kong from the very beginning, wasn't there? Yeah, there was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure of it. We could go into the darkest timeline where there were no King Kongs. Ever. Don't make it happen, please. Please don't let this happen. We cannot allow this to happen. It would be the saddest thing ever. But there we go. The Deccan Empire, what are you doing right now? They're at war with Hispania. Ooh, I've got to see this one then. So, we got Deccan Empire versus Hispania currently. Now, the Deccan Empire is sieging out the lands. They got like 20,000 men, which is not many men for them. The Deccan Empire used to have a lot more men. It was like 60,000, didn't they? And Hispania has 34,000. What happened to the Deccan Empire's men? Did he lose them all in battle? From vassals, 17 out of 40,000. Huh. Okay. Yeah, they, if Hispania get their men hit, they could be in trouble. But for now, they seem to be quite safe. Bengals seem to be fighting the King Kongs. A quick check. Or at least the... Oh, there's a host claim on them. The Sartaks are still involved, though. Who's attacking? A Casamid. So one of the Casamids is attacking the Bengal Empire. With only only 2,000 men. He's attacking with only 2,000 men against 45,000. Probably was not the best decision. Where did his men go? Did they make peace? Oh, they did make peace in the end. There we go. The Deccan Empire has seemed to kick out Hispania. So there we go. They have kicked out Hispania a bit, but has the damage been done? There are Germanic believers there, though, right now. Miphosite, yep, really has the north now. The south is split between Jain believers and Sunni believers, and could even get some Germanic faith believers. A massive revolt, ridiculously big there. Independence League and a Jain revolt. They want to keep the Jain faith alive. But yeah, which one's the independence one? Oh, is that the big one? Oh. Well. The same family. Why would you do this? Why would he do it to his own family? Well, the Deccan Empire could be in massive trouble. Ute Sang is no longer underneath the protection of the Western Protectorate. Why not? Still King Kong. Still no baby. No war going on right now. King Kong did win that war against the Bengal Empire. So, thanks to his protectorate, he was able to beat the Bengal Empire probably. But now they no longer have that protection. Maybe the Emperor of China thought it cost too much. Like, we don't need you, Tsang. We don't need to go to war with the Bengal Empire. Who cares about it? We're not going down to India. We don't need to get involved in this. So they decided to let them go, possibly. Still got 10,000 men. The Timurids could be a problem for many people. Prepared invasion of Iraq. So they're defending against one. Okay. Vladimir looking very pink right now. Looking a bit better, so they took some land from somewhere. Saxony. Huh. So you gave up, yeah, you got Burgundy, you got Austrasia, Wales, and now you formed the title of Saxony. So the Abbanids have taken the title of Saxony. They did start out up here, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure they did. Obviously, they lost Germany, but they could make their own empire. They only need 3 titles, and they got 41,000 men. They got kind of a lot of the British Isles over here, kind of between the sea here and up here. A little bit of ports here and there. Aquitaine holds a lot of the middle part of Iberia. Okay. I would like to see the Abbadids make an empire tier title. Would be nice, just because, you know, they've been here for so long. Interesting colour, though. They kind of go all the way from up here down to here and across here. Hispania capital's moved to here. He's moved it out of Iberia. Maybe they feel Iberia is just too much of an unsafe place. There's been so many wars. Things have not gone well for the Empire for a long time. Maybe a new base, maybe, is a way to change the fortune of the Empire by moving it over here. Not completely sold on it, but if they hold this land and connect it to Italy, it could work out quite nicely for them. Other than that, it mostly looks the same, apart from Anatolia taking over all of this land, like from Yemen and stuff. Anatolia's really just holding on to their position right now. Yeah. Interesting. And no Empire tier titles, but many titles. He is the Caliph Baga. But yeah, we're going to end this part here, guys. Do apologize, I sound a bit off sometimes. My sinuses are still slightly off, but this is the best I could do for now. If I was slightly all over the place again as well, I have a massive headache as well. So I do apologize for that, but hopefully it didn't take away from the experience. And we're now into 1286. Next time we should be going into the 13th century. Sorry, the 14th century. And we'll be getting close to EU4 at that point. So hope you join me for that. I'm liking what I'm seeing. The King Kongs, please don't fall apart at the end here. You survived all the way till now. Go, King Kongs, go. Climb that building.